Good morning. This is Gijón. I stayed back around the corner there, and the Camino picks up somewhere around over here. As you can see a pilgrim walking in front of me. But this morning I've decided it'd be prudent to take a bus for about 4 kilometers that direction. And normally I wouldn't do that, but checking on my hotel accommodations this evening, I have to go like 2 kilometers off Camino and then 2 kilometers back on Camino tomorrow morning. So I'd rather chop a little distance off this morning and then add that back on this afternoon and add that back on tomorrow morning than just walking it. So it's kind of weird though, because like my earlier Camino days, I kind of felt like that was cheating, like I was not being a purist, but now I can understand why people do it, because apparently going out of this town, there's quite a bit of industrial grittiness that you have to go through, which I'm fine with it, with the distance. But with the total distance per day, which is already around 15.5 miles, I really don't want to add anything else to it. So I'll leave you with this lovely parting shot of the marina. I'm kind of curious which one of these boats do the 4 young men consider their private yacht, and they are doing crazy things that I saw at the restaurant last night. So take care. Hey, a little quick video. This is the part of the area that a lot of people like bypassing on this stage of the Camino. So I took a bus, as you saw, came up here, got off somewhere near that big tall high-rise building, actually back further, went to a lovely cafe, as you saw, had breakfast, and now we are walking this direction. But from my recollection and my calculations, this should be kind of benign. We're talking, okay, half an hour to walk past all this junk and then it's gone, and then we start heading up the hill, getting out of this onto the ending stage for today. Hi. So I'm supposed to take the Camino up that way, and we got to go over this ridge right here, which you can kind of see it through the trees. It's not too bad, but I just want to show you this. So on the back side, I couldn't really tell what it was. There was obviously some sort of black material, granulized, you know, in chunks, just in piles. But then I'm like, well, what is this? But on this side, now it's obvious this is a steel plant. Because what you're seeing right here, which is I'm assuming is a steel plant, is you see the iron ore, various grades of it right here. And I'm not sure what else they're feeding into it, but probably at the end of the process, what comes out besides steel is that black slag. So what lends me to that conclusion is I passed by what looked like a metal recycling or separation facility where they took material and they're pulling the metals out of it to add to the steel or the steel making process. And then further over there, you can definitely see the flare stack. So I'm assuming there's probably some sort of refinery complex over there as well, or some other factory or industrial facility. Now for reference, I think I passed by that high-rise building right there, the white one with the black stripes. Or it could be something further afield, like way over there. There's another high-rise building back that direction. It's kind of hard to tell from this position because you come around this whole facility, so you're getting kind of turned around, you know, around and around, so you kind of lose your sense of direction. But right here next to the steelmaking plant, you can smell the the manure. So I've caught my breath now, and now I have the last 3/4 of the climb up this ridge line to get out of here. Check this out. This is incredible. And if you're wondering, I think this is corn they've planted here. And you can see in the distance they have eucalyptus stands. But more importantly, this back here is a eucalyptus plantation, as I call it, a tree farm, because they're all evenly spaced out. There's another one here, and you can see ahead, there's a tall stand, and further over there is a shorter stand, so they harvest them on a regular basis. So I was gonna hold off on a video until I got to the very, very top of this one and only ridge line I had to pass over, but I didn't realize it was actually a mesa of sorts. And this is beautiful, all flat, almost like somebody came along and just bulldozed it completely flat. But this is actually a natural feature. So I'm happy to be up here. I'm happy for a relatively level, smooth road. And I'll talk to you folks later. Check this out. This is what I'm greeted with now. So back up over there was the plateau or the mesa we were on, and it came down here, and now we are seeing this beautiful valley, and we're following this downhill trek here. There's some pilgrims ahead of me for the next mile or so, I believe, maybe a little less, but we lose all that elevation change that I worked huffing and puffing up the hill earlier, about an hour ago. But this is beautiful, and you can't ask for better weather. I mean, you say, well, the sun's not out. Well, yeah, if the sun was out, I'll be sweating twice as much. But this is really enjoyable. This is about the maximum amount of slope my knees like. Anything greater than that, I have to start doing switchbacks, and my knees will tell me. And oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think we wind up going that direction for the rest of the day, and I have to make a decision whether or not to take an alternative path into Avilés, the next town that we're going to be going to, because it passes more closely to where I'm staying. However, it also requires me to do a little climbing, which I'm kind of, as you know, averse to. So I'll make the decision up when I get there. Talk to you later. These gentlemen here are basically cutting hay for silage for dairy cows. So I got a guy here, it's doing the reaping, or just the cutting of the grass. Another guy has a rake, kind of putting it in a pile. I think this guy in the tractor is pulling everything together, and all these birds, they're kind of landing. See right there? They're landing, picking up the worms, bugs, seeds that are being dropped off. And I'm not sure if they're gonna put it into a roll like these over here, but this just gives you an idea what they do out here in terms of collecting the fodder necessary for all the dairy cows. I'm assuming the same thing is gonna happen in this field eventually. And over there, I've seen this before, those are more the traditional haystacks of some sort. So, another slice of the Camino for your entertainment. had my rest break back there a little bit, walking along this lovely highway. That's actually the freeway up there, so we're safe down here. But I just want to point this out to you guys. This is a steel mill right here of some sort. I'm assuming probably electric arc furnace, but that's a steel yard right there with slabs, serious slabs of steel. And there's probably more steel works over here. And once again, I don't understand how the book says, oh, skip this stage because you go through all this gritty industrialness. And I don't get that, because we walk through some of these cities and towns, poor parts that are all tagged up, depressing, broken out windows, broken down houses. I'm not sure how that's okay to walk past. But something like this where, yes, it's gritty, yes, it's industrial, but this is some people, you know, I've never seen this up close like this before. This is something new that excites the brain. So with that, I'm probably gonna overtake these pilgrims ahead of me, and I'll talk to you folks later. Hey, I believe this is the first pedestrian bridge overcrossing that I've been on the Camino. And obviously, this allows the people in this little community to get over this quote-unquote river. And it looks like we're on a jogging path on the other side. Once again, this definitely is gritty and industrial, but I have no problem with it. These are all steel works from my just outward observation. Some active, some abandoned. And that's part of life. It really is. Shouldn't avoid it. Like, this is probably a commuter rail track right here. So, more Camino awaits. Now, typically I don't stop and make videos of public artwork, but this is really neat. So this is like a house of cards, or a structure of cards here. And you can see it here and the different suits. And so I think that's kind of cool. See you later.